Previously on balls.co.za.
Holding on the line now is one of our most popular commentators and Toks and Chops Oaks and the whole thing. Toks van der Linde. Tokkie, hoe gaan het met jou?
No, very well played. I must be honest, I'm very happy to hear, that song. It's one of my favorite songs. So the way you pronounce it was skitterend. It's very nice to talk to you guys.
Great to have you online. Now, you told me that you couldn't go to Kobus's birthday party. I have mentioned that over the weekend it was Kobus's birthday. Also, Kobus and Piet Greiling share a common birthday, although they are different ages.
Yes.
Also, I noticed the name of Tom van Vollenhoven.
And another one you're going to recognize, Barley Swart turned 50 yesterday.
Oh, really? Well, happy
so
birthday,
Kobus
Barley.
Yeah, Barley and Kobus are now, they got the half centuries, So, can you believe it?
Yeah, no, that's wonderful.
And they're still looking well.
They were old schoolmates too, huh?
Yeah.
And you were doing Toks and Chops in Ermelo?
Ermelo, yeah. Can you believe it, Blade? Yeah, it went well. We had Jacques du Plessis, we had Hein Mens, and we had Johan van der Wats, our guest. Our guest singer was Ray Dillon. And it was called Ermelo's 100th year anniversary, So it was a wonderful evening. Apparently our sound wasn't great on the evening, but bar that, it was a fantastic evening, wonderful people, and the show is going from strength to strength, and we're really enjoying it. Must be honest, we're meeting so much new people, and we spent also a week in Windhoek, so we had such a lucky time with all those people, So it was fantastic.
Frick de Preer told me at a golf day the other day that you took him to Windhoek, and to put it in his words, he said, I drank myself into a gout situation.
No, I must be honest, if you come with me to Windhoek, those people treat you like royalties. They are wonderful people. We organized a hunt, I think, in 5 minutes. It was just amazing. The way they treat people is fantastic. So really blessed if you got off. There's a good golf course there.
Yeah.
A great golf course, so you must next time come with. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
How do you talk? How do you decide where your venue is going to be when you do outside broadcasts on Toks and Chops?
What we do, we obviously talk to SuperSport and KykNet, and they decide. Where's a nice place, and obviously we look at especially schools. We want to try to really get to schools because. First of all, our first OB was Dispatch, and it was the start of a community cup. So there's always a link the next day to what's happening on Toks and Chops. So we really try to go to schools where there's big games. Last year we had a fantastic one at Great College. We had one at Reerbroek's Kloof just before the Paul Boys Paul Gym game. So it's really basically where there's on a Saturday a big rivalry or a big inter-schools or a big community cup, or we try to do now one before the test match. We're doing one in Robertson where the test match is here on the 7th of June in Cape Town against the World Cup side, World Drifting side, sorry. And so that's how we try to plan the venues. But we got 6 or 7 to do during the year. But we really plan it because, Blade, you can do every weekend you can do one because everyone wants to do it. But it's also, to save costs is where the OB vans are,
Absolutely.
Vans,
sure.
If they are there already,
then
you can do it. And that's how we prepare. And obviously we get a lot of emails. And then from KykNet side and SuperSport side, they decide, where we can go.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yes.
Did Ermelo have a game the next day?
Yeah, Ermelo played the school from Bethel, and so there's quite a big rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a massive game, and it was their 100-year anniversary, So and then so many players comes from Ermelo High School, like I said, Dr. Pussy, Johan van der Walt, John Lafferty, Jager, all of Van der Walt brothers, you know them all, Nicky, Donnie.
Yes, a whole lot of them, and also the men's brothers.
The men's brothers comes from there.
I'm trying to think. There was a famous. Was it Barcy van Wyk?
It might be.
I think Barcy van. Well, before my time too, Toka.
So but it's a fantastic school, and really, Blake, it was so nice. The people really made an effort. They made a beautiful studio for us. It's fantastic. The people love it, and especially if you go to the platteland. The people are hungry for rugby. They want to talk rugby. They want to spend time. They want to ask questions, and that's very important, you know. And that's wonderful to see, really. And one thing I really like now, and is schoolboy rugby. Schoolboy rugby is really taking off in South Africa big time now. You know, the parents love it. The boys love it to play in these inter-schools competitions, and there's wonderful games now in Supersport. So,
sure.
really, I mean, that's amazing how schoolboy rugby's picked up in the last few years now.
No, I was at Kes on Saturday doing Kes offies, and, there were about 5,000 people there. Great respect for between the two schools. The headmasters were interviewed.
Yeah.
There was absolute silence when guys were kicking at posts for goal, and it was absolute. I mean, there was a sort of like aura of respect for one another and that sort of thing. Great support from both sets of old boys, and as you said, the parents. Toks, so you were busy, so then you zapped from Ermelo down to Bloemfontein.
Yeah, can you believe it? Braden and myself drove back because he had to be in the studio and I had to fly to Bloem.
Yeah.
And I must be honest, I was Christo Willefeed, the voice of Bloemfontein, like you all know him. I said to him, Christo, I've got this feeling the Cheetahs is really going to win this because all the guys came in, they all come in the commentary box as people who featured all the Cheetahs as well, and they were very skeptical. Can Cheetahs beat the Brumbies? I said this whole weekend all the underdogs have been winning, and I said I just got the feeling that the Cheetahs is going to beat the Brumbies, and how did they play well in the second half? It was amazing.
They did, yeah. I watched the game, and they did play really well. A good performance by Johan Goosen too.
Oh, he was fantastic. Blake, just too, you've commented on so many games, but to kick the 55-meter drop goal was amazing. To put him at fullback and the way he performed at fullback, that must give Hanneke Meyer quite a interesting look at, because actually he was brilliant at chasing the ball. I mean, that try he scored out of the air.
Yeah.
Coleman is one of your best fielders of a high ball, for the Brumbies, and to sneak it away from him and score that beautiful try, and he just looked the part. He's looking fit again. He's really taking the guys on. He's kicking well. So he had a fantastic game. He was outstanding on the day.
Jonathan Kaplan comes on our show every Monday morning, and he made the point that, the Cheetahs look so much more solid on defence.
Yeah.
With Heinrich Brousseau back in form, and such a they call Karang and he spun.
Yeah, but Blake, I mentioned it in commentary. On the day, the whole loose trio of Cheetahs, the Boom Prince, Opa Mahoya, and Heinrich Brousseau was just, as a unit, they were 10 times better than the Brumbies, and I think that's where they beat them. I mean, Boom Prince, at some stage I was looking, he was carrying the ball about 17 times up, every time he got over the advantage line. Him and Heinrich Brousseau works they work so well together. And Oba Mahoya is this player we've all seen in the Varsity Cup for Shimlas. He was player of the tournament for Shimlas for the Varsity Cup a few years ago. He's brilliant in the lineouts. He's that link between the Boom and Heinrich, and those three, is really played amazingly well. And I think Saturday, that's where they struggled. The Mo and the captain wasn't at his best, and they struggled to really beat Heinrich to the breakdown point, and that's vital. You've seen it now in all the games. If you dominate at breakdown point, most of the games, then that's where you win games now.
Yeah, sure. And what is interesting to see is the way that Mahoya and Boom Prince have grown in to the situation. I think that's such a vital thing for coaches and for teams, is that when guys get the opportunity, and maybe you look at them and say they're Varsity Cup players and maybe Currie Cup players, but when it's just that vital step up that they make that makes such a difference, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, but you must remember, like Boom Prince was a great player in sevens, and he decided he wants to go to a 15-man game, and now I think his best position is 8th man, because he's underneath the guys. He gets over the advantage line. He plays very well behind a pack going backwards. That's one aspect that the Cheetahs need to sort out. Their scrums was diabolical. It was a problem for them. In second half, it went a bit better, but Boom Princeton, when he gets a ball, he's like a tiger. He doesn't lose it. He gets over. He always gets quick ball to the backline. And if you get quick ball to a Cheetah's backline, you could see that brilliant pass from Heinrich Bro inside to Sean Venter out to Willie Leroux on the outside. Scoring that beautiful try in the corner.
Yeah.
That's rugby.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
rugby. When last have you seen moves from a line out where you tap, Rousseau takes it wide, he passes it inside, and and your wing scores a try in the corner. That's beautiful rugby. It's tries from first phase possession. So
Sure, yeah.
that was nice for me to see. So the Cheetahs were first half that penalty just before halftime. I said to Chris that it might be psychological, but it didn't. The second half they came out and played the typical Cheetah rugby we know they can play.
Yeah, sure. Great win for the Cheetahs.
Massive win.
Totally
Massive win.
different. But who was the strongest prop you played against?
Internationally, Blades, I played against Ola Brown. I played against that Ola Brown, Fitzpatrick, and Craig Dowd. That was obviously the strongest international front row you could ever play with. In those days, you must remember Ola Brown could have still put his hand on the ground, and you can ask Orson, everyone. He was a very difficult customer, especially with Fitzpatrick in the middle. But in South Africa, there was a guy by the name of Tommy Loach who played with me in test matches. And if you played against him at club rugby, he was just so strong and he could dominate on his own. And then I think a guy who's really should have played Springbok, and I think he just started to play, he was a bit older, but a guy who's teach a lot of our youngsters was Dougie Heymans from Free State.
Yeah, right.
Dougie had the best technique as a tight end. And so those basically were guys. Yeah, internationally for sure, Ola Brown, and then locally, it was Dougie. He taught me a lot, and so was Tommy. Tommy was just this farm boy who was just so strong. He didn't
Just
even
naturally strong.
naturally strong.
Yeah.
I remember still in the old days when we were doing scrums against the scrum machine, and Henny Becker said, "Tommy, can you bietjie die scrum machine bietjie meer vasdraai?" Dan kom Tommy dan draai daai ding, dan klink dit soos 'n vice grip wat I couldn't really get lost in it. So he was just a character. He was, and bless his soul. I mean, he's not with us anymore.
Yeah, wasn't he the guy who said to catch something that I like, it takes time for a diesel to warm up?
No, I must tell you the right story. I remember we were picked just after the World Cup to go on that tour to Italy and England. And Tommy and myself were like running, and I thought I want to stay with Tommy and teach it, Toks go. And Tommy was behind, and he's broken English. Teacher to me, if you don't want to train, you can go home. And Tommy says, "Coachy, you must never rest a diesel engine."
Yeah, shame he's no
That's
longer
the
with
character
us.
of the game, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry we both missed Kobus's birthday party, but
it was
we wish him
fantastic.
well, and I'm sure it
Yeah.
was took place on one of the wine estates in the Cape, and I'm
Yeah,
sure
for sure.
it was
I'm
a
sure
wonderful
lot of red wine
party.
was flowing.
I remember some of those parties we had out in Heidelberg, and so that three-piece band and you singing, and we had wonderful times. Wonderful times.
Life is short, Blake. You need to enjoy it. Eh?
Where are you going this weekend?
I'm in Cape Town now. I'm doing the Cheetah Stormers, yeah.
Okay, a local derby,
Yeah.
the Cheetah
Local
Stormers.
derby and a massive game.
Yeah, big game. Okay, Toka. Well, thanks for talking to us and taking time, as always, to take time to talk with you. And it's always a real pleasure to talk with you. I hope you have an unbelievable week.
No, thanks, mate. It's always great to talk to you, and thanks for your friendship. And great talking to you guys, and wonderful. Yeah, it's great.
Okay, Toka. All the best. Ciao.
Cheers.
Cheers. So there we have it. Toks van der Linde, one of the real characters of South African rugby. A man who's larger than life, both in frame and in his ability to be friendly and jocular. And I tell you, he's not a bad golfer either. Plays off about a 7 and can hit the ball a mile.
That was the Blades on Ball show. Join the voice of South African rugby on your wireless next Monday for more unbelievable memories and banter. Until then, stay classy, like 20-year-old Glenn Morangi classy.